kind of slim today, but let's go ahead and get things started here. So I'll call the meeting to order at, oh, wait a minute. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Call the meeting to order at 9:05. Todd, would you lead the invocation?
Certainly. Lord Father, we give thanks most of all for your love and mercy. We thank you for this opportunity to come together. Lord, we ask your blessing on this meeting today, that we can do well for our community. All these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Okay, you want me to read the meeting? Or the minutes?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I had to switch to a different printer. I was like, it's chopping some of this off, but let's see if we can get.
I think I've got it. You want me to read it?
Okay, that sounds great.
All right. The October 1st, call to order at 9:07. Those present was Eddie and Debbie Frey, Russell Duckworth, John Paul Kruger, Cheryl McClure, James Cooper, Anita Akers, Todd Akers, Jason Egan, Greg Morris, Carol Duckworth, Brendan King, Jody and Christy, and we don't know their last names. We need to get that last name. I'm sure they signed up online, so I got to get it from Brendan. Invitation was given by Todd. Minutes by Carol, distributed by email and Dropbox. They were read during the meeting. Russ made a motion to accept the minutes as published, second by Jason, no objections. The motion passed. Action items, Carol read the most recent list, was reviewed with each person involved and updated according to the updated list, including the items from last month's meeting. Brendan provided copies of the treasurer's report for meeting participation. Participants, September 2022 income was $428.62, expenditures $127.77, ending balance was $24,109.76. Russ made a motion to accept the treasurer's report, seconded by Jan. No objections, motion passed. City update. Greg reminded us to go through the mayor, not Dana, for any road closure needed for events, barricades, etc. They are working on reestablishing the police force. Several asked for the best way to contact the mayor, and Greg provided the following information: her email address and her phone number. He reminded us that Mayor Herod is not available during her school bus driving route or evenings. And then Russell added Tuesday, October the 10th is the next regular city council meeting. Read agenda and please attend. School update. Sample shirts prepared by Daniel were shared with the attendees. 2 options, embroidered and printed. We need to let her know our preference. Eddie will review the colors of the 2 logos with Ricky for his opinion. Printed is brighter and is exact Pantone. Embroidered is as close of a match as possible. Most members favor the embroidered version for durability, but the colors of the printed logo was brighter and probably closer to the true Pantone color. Trail update. Keep Ladonia beautiful. Was given by Anita. 10 a.m. cleanup day last month to work on the trail in Fossil Park. Saturday, November 5th, meet on the square after chamber meeting to clean up area of trail by Dollar General and plant bushes to acknowledge November 4th, Texas Arbor Day. TxDOT has installed Chambers Adopt a Highway signs. Related cleanup day will be scheduled soon. Greg commented that he was disappointed Chamber volunteers cleaned up and mowed around City Hall since people had been hired to do it and they had nothing to do. Cheryl informed him that cleanup was done in preparation for Frontier Day He suggested the chamber focus on helping elderly and other areas of town. He mentioned he might be able to get mowing services donated. Christie mentioned greater days of service that she and area churches were involved with to Ben Alstein. They had a system for selecting applicants based on qualifications, volunteered for 3 days to help paint, mow, build, and repair. Jason mentioned Bonham has great days of service, and the next one's scheduled for October the 15th. Greg says he can come up with a list of shut-ins. Jason suggesting the committee decides which of the applicants should be done. Anita wants community involvement, not just chamber members repeatedly volunteering. Feeding, fanning, Jason presented, appreciates help from the chamber, but wants more help from community. First and third Tuesdays are now monthly double distribution. Dates have been given to the city. We've also got them on ours. Trying to set up distribution as market, so participants can pick what they need. Trying to set up the distributions as a market, so participants can pick up what they need. He is keeping track of hours and who helps. Whole business. Chuck Wagon Cook-Off be added to Frontier Days next year. Stillwater Cook-Off, September 24th. Recap comments provided by Eddie, Debbie, Russell, and Carol as they attended. Have a few contacts now that met at the event was a benefit, which seemed to make it easier. No judges, no prizes. More laid back and more cost. Used contained fires. Antique wagons were amazing with knowledgeable owners. Wagons are brought in on trailers. Some were in period dress, appeared that they had been cooking that morning. Spoke with organizers and participants. Space required was less than expected, but they did not camp at the site, possibly stayed at the hotel. We can, yeah, it says in Ladonia, it'd be closed by trail, the setup area. If we were doing it here, they could possibly stay in the hotel. There was discussion about joining the American Chuck Wagon Association in the education direction and advertisement advantages they offer. Jason made a motion to spend up to $220 for membership and advertisement in American Chuck Wagon Association, seconded by Debbie. No objections, motion passed. Jason looked at their website and advised that the organization membership is $100 and advertising is $120. November 4th is their annual association meeting in Kansas. Jason mentioned the November 13th competition that he is considering attending. It is the first year for that specific competition, but it can be very helpful to learn from them. That one's in Corinth. Chuck Wagon committee meetings will continue on second and fourth Sundays, so we're ready. New business, sign for the building. Russell obtained prices for creating a wrap to use on the existing sign in the front of the building. $218.68 KLB and $348.75 for the chamber sign. And we install them ourselves. Red made a motion to approve up to $600. Who's the red? That's Russell.
I didn't realize I looked at his initials. That's interesting.
No. Russell's initials are red. So make them up. We can start calling him red. It's a lot easier to remember Russell. Made the motion to approve up to $600 for the two signs, seconded by Cheryl. All agree, made motion passed. All agree, the motion passed. Eddie Frey to provide Russell with tax exempt certification for purchase. I have not done that yet. I need to. Radiant heat on the window might not wear well, so price also provided for UV printing. Keep Ladonia Beautiful logo copyright. And he mentioned that we need to reasonably protect logos. There was discussion about the Fossil Park being a city park, but the chamber created a logo for t-shirts, coffee, and fundraising sales. Greg says he may have more info this week concerning the Fossil Park. Christie says it is not cheap to get a copyright and it must be renewed every 7 years plus fees. So we didn't do anything on that because we're not sure that it's worth
It's expensive.
doing all
Just
that.
put the little copy on the side.
You can't exactly do that. Well, you can, but
You can.
doesn't mean anything.
I have.
Yeah. Sound system for the city. The chamber's offer to purchase a sound system for the city council meeting room was declined by the mayor. They put their own system in. They bought one, so they have one. 20 Mile Garage Sale. Jan will put signs out Friday. Jan will put signs out Friday night before the event. They're spelled the same, so it's my reading. Jan suggested a number on each vendor sign stake rather than a name for the next time. Cheryl said the difficulty is getting each vendor to receive email with their number. Uploaded a printable PDF to website. Maps go live Sunday evening on Facebook. She will tell vendors to look for people wearing 20-mile t-shirts. If needed, those t-shirts are great, and they were very helpful. Restrooms available at Chamber Office, Granny's and East Side. Get approval from city to fill in holes where the 2 tree stumps were dangerous for vendors. Jason called the mayor. National Fossil Day. Cheryl gave an update. McToon is responsible for who will set up where. Laditra will be there with barbecue. No vendors are allowed to sell items. Only Toon and Chamber of Commerce to sell books. Event has been added to Lake Ralph Hall webpage, Fossil Park section. Debbie purchased stretchy tablecloths that won't blow away. He gave her the wrong dimensions. Carol to add to reminder notes for next year's event. Trunk or treat, 10:31, set up on the square at 5:30. Around the room updates were done. Debbie asked Greg, who are the new city workers? He referred to. Greg replied to me, Lampkin, and Joe Barkheimer are doing maintenance for the city and water repairs are going through Patterson. Todd's birthday was last month. It's not today.
He only gets one.
He only gets one, yes. That's enough for anybody. Okay, and then the rest is just the calendar.
Phew. This job is done.
Wow, I'm out of breath. I may need a break.
I'll move to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay. Need to look here and make sure. Okay, while we're here, because I don't have it somewhere later down the deal, there were some comments in here about the events from the city. Going to the mayor every time we want to block off the square, or, well, I called her. She basically said, no, I don't want to be called all the time for every event. So the events that we have on the schedule have been doing forever, she said, you guys just handle it just like you have been. We have new events, we need to let them know. That's common courtesy, we do need to let them know. And, but the things where we've been helping out with the events that are popping up, we can continue to do those for safety reasons. So blocking off the square when we've got a crowd in the square, that's okay. So she kind of backed down on calling her for everything that's going on. She does need to know what's happening. So, okay. Just to make sure that one gets cleared up. All right. Back here, treasurer's report.
Or you did that,
No.
oh, that was the minutes.
Good, thank you. Okay. I don't have one. He said he was mailing it. He may be here shortly.
Is he supposed to come?
He said he's gonna come.
He was gonna try. He was up all night working, and so he seems to be a little rattled this morning.
Do you want my two receipts?
Yes. Okay. All right. I'll give them to him and we'll cut you a check. Okay, so no report there. City update, is there anything we need to know about? Debbie, you seem to be the only city.
Not anything right now. If I could say, if y'all think about it, need they've changed the city council meetings. It's not the second Mondays. It's going to be the third Mondays from now on. So you need to make sure you know that it's not the second Mondays.
There's Renee.
You had traffic.
We haven't seen you in forever. You're looking good.
Okay,
the
cool.
change?
Because of the evening, they're making it the mornings.
Yeah, that's scheduling conflicts. Okay, Brendan's here. So we
The
have
other
to
city
try to
update thing
report.
is, when voting's open
That's going to be Tuesday.
from,
7 to 7.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's been a very nice 24 hours. Nicest figure we've seen. So the report for October 2022, income of $1,261.30. $211.57 net for 20 mile. Sorry, 20 mile, that's not supposed to be in there. That's a correction. 2 new members, Alliance Bank and Travel Easy Debts, which happens to have the coolest possible address ever. 401 West Coffin Street.
Coffin Street.
Coffin Street. Dude, I was like, Easy Decks. Okay, cool. Coffin Street. Maybe they're not that kind of decks. Either way, I was like, you're playing words, I love you. And fossil thing net is 451. That is what I did. Expenditures, $1,259.62. The traditional $122.77 for the AT&T office internet. $66 for the United States Postal Service mailbox renewal. I had $59.85 for Pizza Hut and $5.86 for Teas to Go. Okay?
Yep.
Your ending balance puts you at $24,092.04. And if you really care, $23,616.74 in Alliance, $440.30 in PayPal, $35 in cash. So the transfer went through last month for PayPal to the bank. That's what I have.
How about we, motion and we accept the treasury report as read.
Renee seconded. All in favor? Anyone opposed? So it passes. School update. No teachers here. But I can give you an update on the t-shirts. Danielle's in Dallas helping take care of her mother. They're trying to get her into a facility. So she's not here, but the shirts have been made. They are scheduling them to get on a shipping container. Hopefully they'll get on one very quickly. And she expects to have them in the next few weeks here. That's very vague because a shipping container from Pakistan goes somewhere and then somehow it ends up here. So, and with all the supply chain shortages and issues, they evidently don't have intakes yet, so she's keeping tabs on it for us. We've talked about, and we don't have to do it in this meeting, but for next year, because we're always behind on this thing with the shirts. This time, doing them offshore is really adding time to it as opposed to getting them just printed here in town. But we're getting a much nicer shirt and a better deal. So that's going to allow us to, I think, pre-order and get them here over the summer so we can buy. What I'm going to suggest and what we're looking at is doubling the order that they did for us this year. And that way, when students show up, they can hand them the shirt that day. And I think we can do that for what we were spending for t-shirts here.
Oh, yeah. For less than what we were spending.
Yeah. So if we can do that, that just makes sense to get this in front of us. So we'll get the shirts here, make sure the school's good with them, and they like them, and the kids like them, because they're not going to wear them, it's not.
But are we gonna do the same shirt every year?
We have been all along, so that's
We kind of swapped up colors, so.
not really,
No.
no. We can do that, we just need to know what the new shirt would be next year, but, so, and for those who don't know, we buy schools for the independent school district.
The shirts.
There's only, yeah,
You said schools.
schools, we don't buy
We
schools.
can't.
We just buy shirts for them. So that everybody, including the faculty, has a shirt that looks alike.
They wear when they go on field trips.
Yes.
How are we distributing the shirts?
As soon as we get them, we just take them to the schools and they take care of
Okay.
it. Yeah,
It's much easier than before.
yeah, it's really nice. They gather the numbers, they distribute them, so.
I was gonna say, so they give you the sizes, number of people and everything?
And that's why we're so late, is they give us the sizes, the
Yeah.
number of people, and then, of course, by the time we go, we've been doing them locally at a t-shirt shop, but it's still sometimes, and we've had a couple of times in December getting them to them anyway. And really, we want them there before, but with the prices we were having to pay,
We're paying $10 a shirt.
you know, it was a pretty hefty bill. With what we've got set up now, we have a contact now that's in the market and fashion industry. And so she was able to get us a much better situation. Comes with some lead time and what have you, but it does allow us now to double the order and have 20 and do it.
I had a thought and a question on that. When do they collect the shirt sizes? Is it like first day of school kind of thing?
Yes, when people sign up, that's when they.
Oh, when they do the registration?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was saying. I said, maybe if we had the registration. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Took way too much time. Okay, trail update, and keep looking on your beautiful.
Okay, we do have a group of Boy Scouts that'll be working next Saturday between Lip City and Ladonia, cutting tree limbs, and
Good.
things like that. So I've already expressed our thanks for that event. If anybody's seen on the local news that there was a death on Chaparral Trail at Merritt. And it was a friend of the vice president of the Chaparral board. It was a friend of his that just moved back to the area, but anyway, it was natural death, like on cardiac and all that. But he was found on the trail, so if anybody sees that, it's fine. you
That's
know,
what
but
happened.
It's sad, but it's fine.
Yeah.
And he's just not good. And his calling was like, that's my friend, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. So, and then Keep Ladonia Beautiful, the event that we're going to do today for planting trees, I postponed due to it's pretty dang
Mud.
wet, the mud. And then half of our, we got a lot of sick folks, and I don't want us all rubbing elbows, digging ditches and stuff. So we'll just kind of put that off for now. And I'll do another meeting towards the end of the year to prepare for next year. so.
Anita, if you'll let me know when you reschedule that, I'll let the schools know. and
Okay,
try and
sounds
follow
good.
that, But I'll let them know we postponed it.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, Pete and Fanny, you want to talk or you want me to?
You talked a lot.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'll just be quick. Thanks again, everyone, for your help. It's so helpful. I just want to give you a couple updates. The next distribution is on the 15th, and then in December it's on the 6th and the 20th. School's out on the 20th, so we'll just have to I'll poll our volunteers and see if we're going to be able to do it on the 20th. This last distribution, we served 118 families, 359 individuals, and 8,116 pounds of food. We had a meeting with the North Texas Food Bank this week, and there's 3 food banks in Fannin County, one north of Bonham, one in Honey Grove, and then one south of Bonham a little bit. And last year they did 400,000 pounds of food is what they distributed. Feeding Fannin themselves between Ladonia and Bonham did 400,000 pounds of food. So they're doing, our organization's doing just as much as the 3 food pantries are combining. So there's a need, and I'm grateful for the help that we get to kind of fulfill that need. But we're still looking for community involvement. So if you've got people that you know of, organizations, groups, whatever, they could come. Sure.
Okay, I have a suggestion. I was just thinking, there's a lot of people that come through the line, and I'm sure if they've got time to sit in line, there's got to be, at least 1 or 2 people that are able-bodied that could help. And maybe if we or you or somebody, whoever's going around and taking down the notes and stuff on each car, give them a flyer and ask them to come and help. I mean, even if one person rotated and came, there's 12 months in a year. If you're doing it twice a month, that's 24 people, 24 slots, that could be, we could get some more help that way. Cause
I think that young man that always helps us, I think we need to let him get his food and have it put back first. So that he's not, because at the end he's kind of scavenging just to take whatever's there. And I so appreciate that he's helping.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the challenge that we have is that the organization Feeding Fannin, because there's other organizations that do that, and then it causes lots of issues, and so that's what we've been trying to avoid, because then you have people that come through and there's a pile of food right there, and you're like, but there's nothing left for me, but there's food right there.
Gotcha.
And then we have people that come just to do that, and then they leave halfway through, after they've got their food, they leave partway through. And it's a challenge in and of itself, but
Yeah.
we would like to try and find a solution to that. And then those that do come, like him, that help, that's great. So yeah, we can find a solution there.
Does the school have any beta clubs?
Yeah, they come in.
They're already done.
Yeah, that's a huge help for us, but on the turn and I've gotten a little bit of kickback from the principal because, we're short on teachers anyway, so when you got a couple teachers that are out to take care of that and watch the kids, it's kind of difficult. So I'm going to try and meet with her because there are some students that need community service hours for some reason. And maybe they could come and be supervised by someone here, an adult that would be willing to do that so that the teacher that we saw somehow. Because honestly, all of the kids that we have is a little bit more than we need, but we're doing pretty good. But we serve a lot of people, 118 families, and over 50% of them are from here in Ladonia and then the surrounding areas. We have a small amount that come from Bonham, but anyway, great things. Thank you.
I was going to ask, how far out do y'all serve?
It's for anybody. So we have people that come from Bonham, people come from Trenton and Leonard, Ivanhoe.
Because maybe reaching out to those schools too could help.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, we might get a couple closer ones. We've been trying some of the churches too, but we haven't had much success, unfortunately. Anyway, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, before I go any further, I put it right up here at the top. I don't know why I can't read my own notes. Amir
Yes.
is from Fannin
Fannin County
County.
Children's Center.
Yeah. She's a new member, they're a new member, so welcome.
Can she tell us a little bit?
Yeah.
Sure.
Give you a few minutes. Yeah.
Okay, so we're located in Bonham, but we serve all of Fannin County. We have multiple different services. I don't know if y'all have heard of CASA or the Children's Advocacy Center. So our Children's Center houses both entities. We have the CASA side, which does the court advocacy for children who have cases that are pending for suspected abuse, neglect, stuff like that. Then we also have the child advocacy side. They work closely with law enforcement, so we have forensic interviewers that do the interviews when CPS or law enforcement is called about a case. We do the interviews for the children. We also do the family advocacy, so talking to the family about how we can support them, what they need. We also have therapists, so currently we have 2. We are looking for a 3rd one, if you know anybody. High demand for that right now. And then we have the administrative team, which I'm part of the administrative team. We do community outreach, so we try to get involved in as many events as we can in the community. Hence why I'm here. I know that a lot of Fannin County kind of feels that the center is Bonham focused, and I feel like we've just really never had that connection with surrounding towns. And so like being from Honey Grove, and I've tried to spread, more resources and knowledge this way. So hopefully we can get more involved and give back to the community, because, we do run off of donations, whether it be time or financial donations. And so to give back to those that give to us is like our priority. So that's kind of what we're doing. We actually have been getting ready for a big fundraiser on the 12th. All of y'all are welcome to come. I have flyers if you want. It's fun though. It's food, dancing. There's a silent live auction, photo booth, DJ, all that kind of fun jazz. So, and then right after that, we'll get ready for the Christmas drive. We provide Christmas to all of the clients, CASA and CAC, and their siblings, or whatever children are in the home. And then we just did the school supply drive in August, and we served 677 Fannin County kids with supplies and backpacks. So, any questions?
Those are great programs. We've been involved with them as well. And the backpack or the school drive is huge.
Yes.
And it's very, very needed. So
It grows every year.
So how does that work? Do the families have to come to Bonham to get the supplies?
They do, but since I live in Honey Grove, I kind of took the initiative to be like, hey, I know these families, and kind of just took it to them myself.
Yeah.
So we're hoping, because typically a lot of people that need, they're gonna not really have the extra to drive to Bonham. And that's been my concern. We serve as far back as Honey Grove, Ladonia, and then as far up as Trenton. And sometimes you can't get there. If you're in need of getting school supplies,
You need gas to get there.
yeah,
So if we got a count from the school, how many backpacks they needed, could we come get those backpacks and deliver them to the schools?
there has been someone that's done that before. It's on a year-by-year basis. It really just depends on how many. We do go by donation. So thankfully, we had enough donations this year. Someone generously brought a very large check to us this year that helped us provide to those kids. So as long as we have enough, we're welcome to provide it, yes. And I have,
I'm sorry,
no, you can,
could you give us an idea
volunteer, like what volunteers would do? And what-
So there's different things, and I have some brochures too I can leave on the table. Y'all are welcome to pick them up as you leave. There's different ways to volunteer. There can be anything from someone that can come and do like little honey-do list things, someone that can cook things for some of our meetings we hold. So we hold case reviews for law enforcement, DA office, and all of that every month in our office. We provide them lunch. So businesses, people that are wanting to do that, we also do for the CASA training, we provide them with dinner every evening. There's also other ways as far as the Rainbow Room. We house a Rainbow Room. Is anyone familiar with the Rainbow Room? Basically, we have anything a child could need. It's like a huge closet. It's a room. But it's supposed to be like anything from an infant to an 18-year-old, what they could possibly need. Clothing, diapers, food, not typically like baby food. We don't store like canned goods and stuff like that there. Toys, all of that is in there. So a lot of times when we get donations, we need people to help us organize, count it, put stuff in there so people can help with that. A lot of times too during our busy season, we need people to help cover the front desk and answer the phone. Because someone always has to be up there, because if there's a family there, they have to be with a staff. And so if we're running around like right now, getting ready for our fundraiser, it's helpful to have those volunteers on hand that are willing to come sit up there. And, you know, it's not like you're working, you know, you can bring some, we have some people who actually work from home. And so they bring their stuff up there, and then they're just there just in case, and then are able to answer the phone. So there's so many different ways that you can help just with your time.
So some of those too would be like to be a CASA volunteer, right?
Yes, so, and thank you, I completely forgot about that. I actually used to be a CASA, so I should know. So there's CASA, the CASA department, you can go through a training. It's 5 weeks, but it's 1 day per week. And you go through training on how to become a court-appointed special advocate. So you actually get assigned a case once you're done, and you can go to court for these kids and advocate in the best interest of the child.
And as long-time foster parents, we love our CASA workers because they put the child in the center ring, and it's all about the child, and they're the ones who speak out for those children. You know, dealing with what y'all know we're dealing with now. You know, we have CASA workers involved with us, and they're special people. Extremely.
They're the one person on the whole team that is able to just speak on what they feel the best interest is, because most of the attorneys are whatever the client wants. The CASA is what they feel is in the best interest, and they're the only one that is able to speak that way. So it's very important to have that CASA. We have CASAs that go so above and beyond, and we actually just closed a case that I think had been open for 5 or 6 years, and he just got adopted. So that's great. Yeah.
And the Rainbow Room is primarily for like when people get pulled out of it, when kids get, or when mom has to leave for out of an abusive situation and stuff like that.
It can be. So we do get calls from CPS about removals, and we have tons of duffel bags that get donated. We get a duffel, they tell us an age, you know, sex, kind of some sizes, and we just kind of fill it. But then it's also like our CASA kids, if they really want something, need something, I mean, there's a budget for that. We have people that donate, and it goes into the individual donations, and so we're able to get them, like, this one child, for example, she's in some facility, I'm not really sure what facility, but really wanted a certain pair of shoes. We were able, because of the donations, to go and just get those shoes, because, I mean, they were $200 pairs of shoes, but that's like the one thing they ever wanted, and they never had anything for themselves. And so being able to do that technically comes out of the Rainbow Room budget, but it never went into the Rainbow Room. So it can be for those situations as well. We also pull a lot of it for Christmas. So.
Thank you.
You want a flyer? Okay. So you said I want a flower, I was like.
You can leave some, and we'll leave
I'll leave
on the
some,
front,
yeah.
yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Old business. We've already talked about the t-shirts. 20 Mile Garage Sale? Oh, you weren't here.
Go in here.
It went really great.
It didn't feel like we had as many people, but everybody said they did good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
think
felt
it-
like, but everybody
But it was
seemed to be,
consistent.
it was consistent.
Yeah, it was consistent. It wasn't like a big surge at any given time. It was just,
Yeah, and the weather was straightening a little bit. I think that slowed everybody down, but yeah. Everybody seemed to be happy with what happened.
So did anybody know who did not show up? So
Yes,
that I can mark them off?
yes,
She wrote some of them
Okay.
down.
yeah. And I've got their signs back here.
Yeah,
Pulled
each
it-
one separately,
Okay.
yeah. So-
I pulled their signs, set them back.
Because there was a five.
Three to five.
The one thing is, and
So,
I didn't show either, so.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Here's mine.
Do you know what date we're gonna do it next year?
Huh?
Do you know what dates we're gonna do it? Are we gonna just do one next
It's
year?
May the 6th. Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Are we gonna do it next year? Like, do I have to start working on it now? I've got it somewhere. I
Well,
think it's May the something.
but we need to pull the calendar
It's,
together.
I've already got a flyer for it, but I haven't updated anything on the website. I can tell you here just a second. Because it's gonna be May the 6th.
Well, it was fun. We came a couple of different times during the day. Just here at the square, but also, you know, all over.
Yeah.
There were a lot of,
I missed
there were a
it.
lot of garage sales.
I missed not being there.
Were there?
Yes, there were a lot.
So there, a lot of
garage
people
sales.
piggybacked on it.
Yes, yes, there were a lot of garage sales this year, more than there has been, I think,
Wow.
in the past.
Was there a lot in Pecan Gap?
Yes,
Oh, good,
there was a lot in Pecan Gap, there were quite a few here in town too.
good.
I think what happens is people don't want to commit to it.
Yeah, yeah. But it's nice to have people that will commit, so it draws everybody out here. Because nobody's gonna wanna come out here
If
for
there's
one
not-
garage sale or one, you know.
Yeah,
So that, it helps for the ones that do commit.
okay, National Fossil Day. You weren't here for
I
that, were
won't
you?
hear from that.
Okay, so we'll talk to that too. It,
It was awesome.
it was awesome,
Yeah, it
yes.
was great.
The 14th of next year, 10/14 is the date, right?
It's gonna be whatever the weekend is of the
After.
National Fossil Day.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
that's a Saturday after possibly.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or is it gonna be the 21st?
Just remember,
yeah.
It was a Saturday.
The fossil days before the 14th.
They choose
Okay,
it and set it
yeah.
right after.
National Fossil is the 11th, so yeah, you're right, it's the 14th for us.
Yeah, I mean, we had all the silt down there, so it was a little bit, the finding wasn't what it was the year before.
Right.
But still, a pretty good crew coming in. Of course, Paleo Society was there, so we had quite a few of them. I think we had more of them than we had in the past. And they were also giving people hints on where to go look. Evidently, there had been a college down that had been digging in a certain spot. And so they had kind of cleared up a nice area, so they were telling them where to go to get to that and what they could find in there. So that helped quite a bit.
And I was gonna say, I'm just amazed that, you know, they'll bring kids from little bitty, you know, grown up, and the kids, it is such a huge, they love it.
Yeah.
And paleontologists love talking to the kids.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they made sure every kid left with a fossil.
Yeah. Nick had a good group of people come out.
Yes,
We
he did.
invited Debbie and Sherry,
Yep, sure.
and they set up really nice displays from what I could see on the
Yes.
pictures. I was so wishing I could have been there.
Well, then we had 3 mosasaur heads.
Yeah, I saw the
They'd
replica.
been 3D printed from the actual
Oh, that's
Yeah.
finds that were there, which was really cool. Yeah, to see what it looked like finished.
We had a pretty interesting dinosaur during traffic too.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that too.
I wonder who that was.
We had something, was it our bike rally?
Uh-uh.
Car show.
It was the weekend after the car show. I don't know.
There was several things going on.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
But it was fun.
Yes.
Trunk or treat.
It's good.
Looked like there was plenty of spooky people on
There
the
were a
square
lot
that
of
night.
kids, I thought it was really good. It was so cute. Anyway, it was a great turnout, I thought. Appreciate everybody coming out, that helped.
It's on Tuesday next year.
Okay, sign for the building. I need to get him that, the tax thing. And then, does he have the Keep Ladonia Beautiful logo?
I think that's what Yes, he said it was.
Because we got proofs on the lake and the chamber sign, but I didn't see a proof for the, yeah.
I
We need
think I
to
sent it
talk
to
about
him, but if I need to resend it, I
Such a big copy,
yeah, I know.
that. Okay. New business.
Well, before you go there,
Okay.
there's a couple of things we probably needed to discuss. Did you get the email I forwarded to you about the Chuckway? They contacted us. I know I forwarded it to you. It wasn't.
Okay, what about the chuck wagon? You'll have to talk to
Well, I don't know, it was a long letter and I'll have to find it.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
the other thing is, you need to mention the Lord's Acre.
I forget to.
Yeah, I have it right up here on the top of my page.
Oh,
Right underneath Mira's
and
name.
we also need to
Forgot it.
figure out when and if we're putting up the Christmas decorations on the square.
Yes. That's down. Christmas is coming up.
Yes, I'll look for that letter
Yeah.
while you move on.
Lord's Acres is 11/12,
5 to 7.
5 to 7 at the high school. And Jeremy will be the auctioneer, so it'll be a live auction.
First Methodist Church.
So that is a really fun event.
What is it?
It's for the United Methodist Church. It basically funds the churches here in
Yeah.
town. They've been doing it for years.
It's
And
the
it's just,
happening.
it's kind of a nice event here in town.
So they're not
Yeah, they have dinner and then an
Saturday.
auction. So it's
we're
usually
gonna go that,
barbecue
do
and then
that,
an
and then
auction.
come straight to Lord's Acre.
And the live auction's the fun part, everybody. Just be careful, don't twitch,
Yeah,
move, blink, especially if the auctioneer knows you. Could be dangerous.
Only if the auctioneer knows it.
Yeah,
He knows he has the upper hand.
yeah. Well, I guess even if he doesn't know, yeah, he still can. But that's fun. Anyone who can should attend that. Yeah, you can also just donate to them at the Methodist Church here in Ladonia. Huh?
Or donate something to the
So for
auction.
the
Or donate, yeah, they'll need stuff for the auction, so anyone that can.
You can deliver that starting at 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon to the cafeteria.
All right,
I'm having,
so we need to, so new business. We need to get our budget lined up over the next month. So, I'll try to send an email to remind everybody, but if you're on top of one of the committees, you wouldn't mind getting us a proposal for what we want to do for next year so that we can see what the wish list is and determine whether we can do it or not. So
When do
that,
you need that by?
I would say if we can get it in the next 2 weeks, that'll give us 2 weeks to put it together and then get it back out for everybody to look at. And then we'll be ready to discuss it here and vote on it. Officers, it's that time of year again. So we need to elect new officers. We probably need 2 or 3 of y'all to do Anita knows how to do it.
And I know how to not do it.
Yeah, no, you gotta do it. To canvas and see who's interested. If you're interested, let Anita know. It would be nice to have.
She's like, I'll just ask her.
It'd be nice to have a new president. I would be happy to yield the floor.
Nobody wants your job.
The only one that probably can't be replaced is Carol.
That'll be replaced, I'm sure.
well, I missed the most important discussion.
Yes, you did.
Yes, somebody has to step up. I'm just saying.
Yes, I'm overloaded, so it would be
Somebody
good
has
to,
step up because
it would be good to have
got
someone
something
else
happening.
take over as president. So I'd like some serious consideration for that one.
Yeah, this is the time to do it, so that halfway through next year when something else happens.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. You gotta be serious. And also pull together the calendar. So again, I'll send out a message to everybody to draw this stuff together for us. And then, I'll make sure that we touch base mid-month.
You said we're trying to get an officer for the next meeting.
Yes. Yes, I'd like to, at the next meeting, have ourselves prepared for the next year.
Transition.
Yeah.
So we need, the officers we are appointing is pres, vice pres.
Secretary, treasurer.
Okay. And I'll take it seriously.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I'll try to send reminders as we go along here to help with that. And calendar also. Christmas parade and tree lighting is 12:10. We need to,
They'll have to give us that. I don't know what's going on as far as the budget. I know Diane is not going to do this Santa Mrs. Claus this year.
yes, we've got
Well, I think,
we have new characters this year.
yeah, I was going to say, I think it would be better for, if Sophia's doing, I think it'd be better for her to be an elf as the Mrs. Claus.
Okay.
I know it's a weird quirk, but I'm just looking at old man Bill and I'm thinking, I think it would be more appropriate for her to be like an elf or something.
Right.
Well, we don't have to have Mrs. Claus there.
No, that's what I was saying. It doesn't have to be.
Santa's really important.
Yes.
Not that Mrs. Claus is not.
She could be a Christmas princess.
But, yeah,
She could do, yeah.
yeah.
Christmas princess, that's
Yeah, an elf princess.
She can be anything she wants and be on the float.
I have
With Santa.
cowboy elves.
Santa Lucia.
It's for a float, and they're actually riding a blow-up horse next to the float.
And we're still able to set up a booth? I know you said you had that before.
We don't normally have vendors, but I didn't even know if you guys wanted to set up with your stuff for the parade. I'm not gonna go out looking for vendors to add to it, but
What we're doing for Honey Grove is we're just setting up a booth and we're making a coloring page with our logo and
Yeah.
having apple cider and
and you could set up in here because we'll be serving hot chocolate. So if you want to do that, then it'd be great to hand out your stuff.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping the booth from going up.
Okay.
There's just not a lot of activity around it.
That's fine.
We've not managed to put a lot of people around it.
So I don't know, between now and the 19th, we're working on the building and decorating the building for
Yeah.
the craft market,
Yeah,
Christmas market.
So
I'm not in Christmas mood, so somebody's gonna have to figure out Christmas decorations around the square.
yeah, we do. Maybe we need to
So,
set a work day to do that. We have a little bit of time.
Yeah, last year we just did in the square and
Yeah,
not
last
all
year we
this
did.
out around,
Yeah,
but,
Put the wreaths up and be done with it.
yeah,
put the tree up.
Let somebody else decorate it.
yeah.
So-
I know you said the school helps with feeding Fanning. What about the school
Decorating?
help?
Yeah.
Yeah, possible.
Yeah.
Kids love to help. Younger kids.
They need
Yeah, unfortunately,
They need to be tall.
sometimes they're too young.
Yeah, they need too much supervision to do decorations,
Yeah.
is the problem, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, worry about somebody climbing something. Yeah, we'd have
Maybe
to,
some of their athletes need to.
Yeah. Get with the coach.
So maybe we want to decorate the square. I mean, whatever we're going to do.
I am booked until after the 19th. Yes.
I think we need to do that.
but we can do this
No,
the end of the month.
Well, if we set a date, then we can let the school know, because if we don't, and they're out of school.
I really wouldn't, sorry, I don't want to get the schools involved.
Okay,
I just know we have things that we do.
it's okay.
And it just will be simpler. I don't know, what do you think?
We would have to be real well organized what we're gonna put up.
Yeah, we're terrible because we
Yeah.
have all of our stuff and we just throw it
Yeah.
out and then you
Yeah.
on the street go, okay.
Okay.
And everybody kind of knows what to do.
Let us know
It is a
when
good
we-
idea.
Ask me
Not sure
later.
we're prepared for it. Yeah. Okay, let's pick a date.
We do that for a chamber meeting. Or do we do it
When is our chamber?
It'll be that
First
Thursday.
Saturday.
It'll be the third.
It'll be before the
third?
parade. So maybe do it after the chamber.
Yeah, we can do it after the chamber.